Hi, it's me again. I saw this article in The Sun and my blood ran cold. Let's check it out. Fee crackdown. BBC brings in debt collectors to enforce TV licence fee weeks after annual charge jumped to £180. The Beeb has reportedly brought in debt collectors to enforce the licence fee weeks after the annual charge jumped to £180. As it stands, a TV licence is required for anyone who watches or records live TV on a channel or uses iPlayer. But the broadcaster has recruited Themis Recoveries in a bid to crack down on those evading paying licence fee, according to the Telegraph. The debt collection firm responsible for sending out the letters will reportedly be involved with visiting people at their homes. It is understood they will work with BBC on a temp contract alongside Capita, another enforcer firm, to help save the broadcaster cash. They describe themselves on the website as the UK's leading customer engagement, retention and arrears management specialists. I'm not sure whether to take this seriously or not, because licence fee is not a debt. It is a choice. It is a tax that we are all forced to pay. Back in the days when we had no choice but to watch Channel 1, Channel 2, ITV and Channel 4. So, because every 6 months they do this, they challenge people who watch Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, because they're not paying a licence fee. This is utter nonsense, and yeah, they can't enforce this. They can't, because licence fee as it stands is optional right now. You can choose not to watch anything live or record anything live and not use iPlayer. Therefore, the licence fee is optional. So this is just more bullshit that they push out, honestly. It comes just weeks after the licence fee climbed to £180 in April, a rise of £550 in a blow to millions of families across the country. That tops the lowest streaming price for Netflix, which can cost the equivalent of £71.88 a year. The decision by Labour ministers to hike the fee during the cost of living crisis sparked outrage at the time. Yes, it did. People have more things to worry about and pay than a daft licence fee, and I'm one of them. You know, I was on the bones of my arse 4 years ago, and I couldn't afford a licence fee if I wanted to pay it. The national broadcaster has warned it's facing managed decline and has seen a 25% fall in its income over the last decade. Good. And the Beeb has lost more than £1 billion to fee evasion and cancellations 2 years ago. Good. I'm glad to see that we are fighting this, because it is something that we all have to fight for. If we believe that licence fee should be optional for everyone, we're in the midst of a cost of living crisis right now, and we're all tightening our purse strings right now because we have to. Even food right now is really, really expensive. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's an age thing, but when I go to the supermarket, I go, "How much is that?" I'm not buying gold or platinum here. I'm just buying a loaf of bread. You know, it's already implemented a £500 million savings plan, which is expected to lead around 2,000 job losses in its biggest downsizing in 15 years. Meanwhile, cuts have already been made to travel and spending on consultants, conferences, events and awards, with more avenues being considered to keep the Beeb afloat. Wasn't it Tim Davie who spent a month in plush hotels in the capital, spending licence fee money on that? Yes, as a boss, you have to go to conferences and events and that sort of thing. But the most scathing thing about the whole thing was that he lives an hour away from the capital. So was he avoiding his wife? Who knows? It was also reported earlier this month that the government is considering extending its licence fee to include streaming services like Netflix and Amazon Prime. I've heard it all before, I really have. Under the current rules, households must pay the fee to watch live TV on any channel or to use iPlayer. Yeah, I follow that rule. Everyone who doesn't pay a licence fee follows that rule. Yeah. The broadcaster has reportedly argued that the fee could be reduced if more people paid it. Or they just show ads. They show ads on UK TV. They do subs on BritBox. They make money off both of them, and yet the licence fee remains. How? The new BBC boss and ex-Google boss, Matt Britton, said last week, tough choices are unavoidable moving forwards. Britton takes on the role during a turbulent time for the broadcaster, with his predecessor, Tim Davie, facing a number of controversies. Well, he said months ago there'd be more scandals to come, and he was right. It comes as the Beeb grapples with billion-dollar lawsuit from US President Donald Trump, yeah, that, and the fallout over an inadvertent racial slur being aired during the BAFTA Film Awards. Well, yeah, the BBC is not impartial. You know, they've always pushed their biased agendas, and this is also a reason why people are not paying licence fee anymore, because many years ago it did provide value to the British public. Not anymore. A TV licensing spokesperson said, "We work hard to support people in staying licensed so that they can avoid a potential criminal conviction for non-payment of licence fee." Well, we know this is absolute bollocks, because if you get a knock at your door and you admit you haven't paid the licence fee, they will not only make you pay it, but they'll also fine you as well, because they work by getting the commission. So if they can sell you a licence, that's great, they make some money off that, but also taking you to court as well, which I think is utterly disgusting. We regularly test new approaches to achieve this. The Themis campaign explains when a TV licence is needed, if one isn't required, and signposts the support available if additional help is needed. Yeah, they say all this stuff to make them look good, but in reality, they're not. They're not following that rule. They always say it's last resort. Taking someone to court is going to be a last resort. But for them, it's more money in their pockets. As far as the subject is concerned, they cannot turn this into a debt, because it's not a debt to begin with. This is just them scrambling away, trying to find ways to get their money back, essentially. Because they've lost £1 billion last year because of licence evaders. We are not evaders. We are law-abiding citizens who don't want to pay the licence fee tax anymore, because we don't see it as valuable to us anymore. We prefer to watch what we want when we want at any time. So this is just more PR bullshit that they're pushing out to the public, and yeah, it's to scare us as well. That's their objective, to scare us into believing we're going to be indebted for this, which we're not. We're not. Anyway, guys, I've got a playlist down below. Check it out of all my TV licence related letters and stuff. It's really good. Check it out, but down below. Hit all the buttons, and that way I'll see you again in the next video. Take care.